Hello.
Hello,
Oh,
everybody.
wow. Oh, and we already have Kiara. Hi.
Yeah.
I've
Hi,
not seen you
Kiara.
in so long. Welcome back. Okay.
So, Kiara is 10 years old and she's from Naples. I love Myes. And we love you, Kiara. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, definitely. So, for anybody new, or even if you're not new, just hi. Hi, welcome back. Introduce yourselves. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you are. Tell us what your job is. So,
Yes.
for example, I am Jadene and I am a teacher at the Milan Meraviglio School,
Great.
like you
Okay.
can see.
Yeah.
Okay, and hello, Walter.
Hi, everybody.
As
Walter. Yeah. Okay. So, I'll say a little bit about myself. My name is Anika. I am also a teacher at Milan Meravigli. And I am also in Milan.
yes. So Chiara is in Naples. Where are you, Walter? Are you in the north of Italy or in the south of Italy? Or okay, cool.
Also from Naples. But he lives in Bologna,
Let's see. And
a
you are a
mechanical test.
mechanical tester. Ooh, do you know what that is, Anika?
Well, it sounds like very close to engineering. Are you
Hmm.
an engineering, Walter? Are you an engineer? Sorry.
Or are you in engineering? You can say,
Yeah.
and Kiara is a student. But Kiara, all of the schools are closed. So what are you doing?
Good
Do you,
question.
yeah, do you have a lot of homework to do? I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe for parents, it's a good thing. Oh, cool. Okay, so he
Oh,
programs 3D machines, like a 3D printer machine, or I'm not smart enough to understand this.
that sounds interesting, isn't it? I
It
also thought
definitely
about,
sounds interesting.
hmm. So Kiara has a lot of homework.
Okay, okay, good. Good to know. Otherwise, I'm sure your parents will be going a little bit crazy. Um, how is everyone with the quarantine? Are you feeling bored and tired, or do you have lots of things to do to keep you busy?
Good question.
How are you, Anika?
So, yeah, I am doing better. The beginning of the quarantine was a little bit difficult, to be honest, but I am better and a little more
Mhm.
positive.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I have been doing a lot of reading and
Okay.
watching movies these days. And what about you,
Oh
Jaden?
yeah.
How are you doing in the quarantine these days?
Um, yes, I am the same, I think. No reading, but I am watching lots of Netflix
Hmm.
and I am calling everybody on the phone.
Hmm.
And I, yeah, I think this is it. I am
Yeah.
playing some board games or some table games online.
Cool. Cool. Right. I love board games.
So do I. I really like them. So it's nice that there's still the opportunity
Hmm.
to do some of these things. If you don't have any board games, you can
Hmm.
find them online and play. So it's
Hmm.
something. And Walter had said, I test machines, particularly with 3D machines, I think. I think.
That
No,
sounds interesting.
good. We like when you watch us, Kiara.
Ah,
And yes, board games like Cluedo. Cluedo is my second favorite board game.
ah, cool.
Okay, shall we
So,
start?
yes, let's begin.
Okay, so today's focus activity is on transportation. So, would you like to read the board for me, Anika?
Oh, yes. So, in this focus activity, we are going to talk about transportation vocabulary, verbs, can and can't.
Okay, so firstly, what is transportation? What is this?
So, transportation refers to anything like cars or buses, any vehicle that gets you around, that that you can use to move around a city or go to places.
Okay, cool. That reminded me of a phrase, actually.
Mm.
Um, Tell me if you've ever heard this phrase. The phrase that says, I don't mind what the transportation is as long as it
Mm.
gets me from A to B.
Oh, it sounds familiar.
I think we use this a lot. A
Oh.
phrase to just
Mm.
as long as it gets me from A to B just
Mm.
means as long as I can travel from one point
Mm.
to another point. So
Yeah.
transportation is something that gets you from A to B. Hello,
Mhm.
Gabriele. Welcome. And Kiara thinks this car is beautiful. It's
It's very
interesting. It's very
colorful.
it is colorful. I like the pink personally. And Gabriele, where are you? Tell us. Where are you? Which school do you go to?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Mm.
here we have an activity. So, Anika, do you want
Mm.
to read?
Yes, of course. So, car, train, bus, motorbike, bicycle, and on foot.
Okay. Ooh, Gabriele, where in Italy? Anika and I are in Milan. So while you guys answer the task, so to match the pictures to the words,
Mm.
Anika, do you use any of these modes of transport?
Yes, I do use, well, at the moment, I would have to say among these pictures, only E.
Oh, yeah.
Because I normally, oh no, I take the bus as well. When I have to, I mean, not these days, but when I go to work, I either take the
Okay.
bus or the tram. So
Okay.
sometimes you may hear the tram outside my window passing
Ah,
by.
okay. So you
So,
live
but
close to the tram. The tram isn't
very
in
close.
any of these pictures, but I'm not
Mm,
sure if there are trams all over Italy. Definitely in Rome and in Milan, there are lots of trams, and
mm,
they are kind of like a train, which we will discover,
mm.
but that goes on the road.
Yeah, yeah,
And Gabriele has told us he is from Turin. Okay, so nice and close to us.
yeah. He's a warehouse manager
Ah, where do you see this?
for the
Ah,
top.
where is this? Okay, cool.
Oh, we've got a lot of comments. Great. Keep them coming.
Yes. Although one thing, Gabriele, we spell warehouse like this. So just WA. Okay. Oh, and Chiara, you have the tram in Naples. I have not been to Naples. Have you been, Anika?
I have been there twice, and it's very
Really?
beautiful. Yeah.
I've heard
There,
this,
especially the food is really amazing,
I'm
and there
sure.
are really nice islands
Okay,
near the city. Very much enjoyed it.
cool. Really cool. Okay, great. So Chiara and Gabriele have both answered for us. So A exactly is a motorbike. So I'm sure lots of you have seen these in Italy.
Yeah.
There's also a word for a motorbike, but that's smaller. So see if anyone knows the word for a smaller motorbike. Say motor.
Hi, Victoria. Welcome.
Hello, where are you from? Also, I have spelt this wrong. Sorry, there should be an R.
Yeah.
Motorbike. Good evening. Tell us where you are and which school you go to, and what is your job as well. Um, and then we have B, which
Hmm.
both of you got as well. Exactly. So B is it? Oh, from Naples as well. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Um,
I love
so
Naples.
yes, I want to go to Naples. I want to eat everything. Um, so for B, we have a car. Okay, and then C as well. I think you both got correct, but I can't see.
Chiara says Forza Napoli.
Yeah, exactly. Vittoria, Gabriele, Chiara.
Hmm.
C is bicycle, but we can also say bike, and these are exactly the same. Exactly the same. Oh, hello, Rosa.
Hmm.
Wow,
Wow.
so many people.
It's nice.
And Sultan, where are you all coming from? Okay, so tell us, guys, where are you from? Uh, and what do you do for a job? So yes, we have bicycle and bike.
Hmm.
D, exactly, we have train.
Hmm.
E, we have on foot. And F, we have bus.
Yeah.
So well done, everyone.
Yeah.
Really, really good. So did anyone have the answer to my question? Which is, does anyone know the name of a smaller motorbike that you see in Italy a lot? I see them in Italy every day. Do you have any ideas, Anika? Do you know what I'm talking
So
about?
I was thinking of scooters
Yeah, we can call
or,
them scooters.
or mopeds.
Or yeah, so moped is the word I would use.
Yeah.
And this is like a smaller motorbike, really. It
Hmm.
uses less gas, it's not as fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, Victor, exactly, a scooter.
Yeah.
But as well in England, I don't know if
Mm.
it's the same for you, Anika, but
Mm.
a scooter is also the thing that you hold and
Yeah, that
you
you hold and you
roll.
kick around. Yes, I know what you mean. So I think moped would be like less confusing for people to use. So let's go with
I
moped, I
think
guess.
so. But
Yeah.
it's interesting that you can say scooter
Mhm.
and scooter. And now, of course, there are
Mm.
electric scooters as well.
That's
Um,
true.
so really, this word has just come too much.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can find the Italian word for scooter.
Hmm. Do you ride a scooter or a motorbike or a moped?
Me,
Yeah,
no,
yeah. I wish
no,
I
I don't.
did. I wish I had a motorbike because you can avoid the traffic. You can just cut through the traffic and you go there really fast. So
Yes, but that's so it's
I
so
like the
scary.
idea of it.
I have a friend who has a motorbike, and I was on the back, and it accelerates, so it starts really too
Mm.
quickly. and I
Oh
just feel
God.
like I'm going to fall off. When you're on it, it's okay. But exactly like this. Um, so yes, I don't know how to describe the other scooter because I looked
The
for a
other scooter.
translation and it's not there. But it's like a skateboard,
Uh-huh.
but with handles.
All right, I know what you mean. I think that could be called a scooter as well.
Mm. Okay, so Victoria, this is a really good question. So,
Hmm.
what is the difference between small and smaller? So, and Anika, you can help me if you want,
Okay,
but
so I'm gonna talk about the difference between okay, small. So, small, as you know, is the adjective of something that is not big. For example, this is big, but this is small. And if you compare, but smaller is used for when you compare two things. So, for example, I'll give you an example first with small. So this is a small notebook, yeah? So I'm going to write that down. This is a small notebook. So if you don't know, this is a notebook where you have to write things. But if you compare two things, like if I compare two notebooks, so this notebook is smaller than this notebook. Okay,
yeah,
so we use for comparing two things.
yeah. It's almost like saying something is more small, but we
Yeah.
don't use this in English. So instead of saying more small, we say smaller. Instead of saying more big, we say bigger, etc. Is
Yes.
that is that clear, or do you need more information? Let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the same as this notebook is more small.
Yeah. So, okay. Any other questions? Please ask.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
So everybody, before we move on, tell us. So Anika told us as well. I will tell you, but which of
Mhm.
these transports do exactly, Victoria? Smaller.
Smaller than. So you normally say the word than. So a moped or a scooter is smaller than a motorbike.
Yes, we say
Okay.
smaller. We say smaller as well, but maybe sometimes you cannot hear it depending
Mm.
on people's accents.
Yeah.
So a moped is smaller than a motorbike.
Mm. Yeah. I think you and me have really different pronunciation for this word. I normally say smaller, and what do you
Yeah,
say?
smaller. But my my accent, or I don't really pronounce my R's. So the letter R, I don't really
Mm.
pronounce it if it's at the end of a word,
Mm.
unless there is a new the next word is a vowel sound.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's just
Okay.
me. Don't worry. So yeah, everyone tell us which of these types of transport or modes of transport do you use? What do you use? Obviously not now, because now the answer should be zero. But and on a normal day, before the quarantine, which transports do you use?
Great.
For me,
Mm.
I use the train
Mm-hmm.
and I walk. I used to use the bus, but now I have moved house,
Mm.
so there is no bus. But I used to use two types of train. because I use the regional train, I guess.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I also use the metro
Okay. Me
or
too.
the
I often use the metro.
underground. Yeah, so you can say metro, which I think is European or more American in English, or at home in England, we would say the underground.
Hmm. All right.
Okay, so we have, okay, I have on foot to work, and exactly. So Anika has, yeah, corrected this for you.
So
Yes,
Victoria
so
said I work on foot, but the correction is I go to work on foot. So if you
yes,
say I work on foot, it can mean something different, couldn't it, Jadene? So it's
it
like you're
could.
walking and you're working. It can have a completely different meaning. So I
Exactly.
imagine you say you go to work on foot. Oh,
Yes,
that's lovely,
because
isn't it?
don't forget in English, we always have the subject, the verb, and the object. So when we say something, when we
Hmm.
make a sentence, we have the subject, so I, and then the verb. And the verb of moving from one place to another, we say go, to go. So I go, and then the object is the noun, which is to work. But we'll talk a bit more about go
Hmm.
later, I think. Um, so Walter, I go to work by car, but in summer and spring, I usually go to work. So we can say by bicycle or with my bicycle. But that's nice. That's really nice.
Yeah.
And Kiara, I use cars, buses, my feet, trains, and my feet again. But I hope that you are not driving, Kiara. So guys, if we talk about something generally, okay? So I use cars generally. I don't use a car one time.
Hmm.
Sometimes I use cars. We use the plural, okay? Because we're talking generally. So I use buses, for example, because I don't just use only one bus one time. I use buses in general. Exactly. Aurelio, hello. Sorry. Okay, it's nice to meet you. Tell us where you're from and what you do as a job. Um, Gabriele has said, I use bicycles, again, the plural, bicycles, buses, and trains to go to work. Cool. Victoria, I go to travel by car or by airplane. Okay. And for this, Victoria, you can also say, I travel by car or by airplane because travel can be the verb. So you can say I go to travel around, or you can just say I travel. So I am the subject and travel is the verb.
Yeah.
And also, hi Claudio. Okay. So yes, tell us where you
Hi,
are. Tell
welcome.
us what your job is. It's really nice to see you. Um, is there anything else you want to say, Anika, or shall we move on?
I think we should, yeah. Think,
Okay. Okay, Kiara says we are in 7. We say, instead of we are in 7, we can say we are 7.
yeah,
Hey.
yeah.
And
Or there are 7 of us.
yeah, exactly. Um, Walter, usually I use again buses generally
Hmm.
to go to the city center. Okay, and Victoria, This one is perfect. I travel by car or by airplane. Perfect.
Just one little thing about the spelling. So with one L for travel.
Yes. Okay. And finally, Claudio, I am from Modena. Do you know what that is, Anika?
Modena, I think it's near Bologna, if I'm not wrong.
I'm
Modena.
not sure.
Yeah.
Tell
Isn't it
us.
near Bologna, Claudio? If I'm not wrong, that's what I think it is. And I go to work by car or or by bicycle. Yeah. So for
I think you can say. I think you can say with my bicycle though.
yeah. Okay, so maybe just two different ways. Yeah.
Maybe, but no. But by bicycle is the same. I think for me, though, I would say, oh, I go to work with my bike. Yeah, I take my
Okay.
bike. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know English anymore. Okay, but yes,
There are just so
okay, it's
many
near
countries
Bologna.
and different ways of saying things. But
It's true. Sometimes it's hard to know. Like, do I know English? um, okay, yes, but in this period, I work at home, and yes, it is near Bologna. Okay, great. So, we have done this. Okay. So just before we go to the third person,
mm.
I want us to talk a bit about the verb go. And again, Anika, you can help me with this as well, because
Sure.
there are some prepositions that
Mm.
always follow go. And often I hear the wrong ones. For example, I hear people say, I go in a place.
Yeah,
Okay?
you say that.
So,
Hmm.
no. So the
So,
verb, you can go. I don't know.
so when you talk about going somewhere, when you talk about a movement, you have a destination, you use to. Okay. So nowadays I don't go anywhere except the supermarket. So I go to the supermarket. Okay. So I go to the supermarket on foot. So I walk to the supermarket, right? So you always say to with go, except there is only one exception, and that's home. Yeah. So if you're talking about home, because it's not home is a concept more than a specific place. So you say I go home. I go to my house, you can say, but I go home. So
Yes.
if any questions about go, let us know. So Kiara says I go to school by you don't say by my foot, you say on foot. I go to school on foot and by bicycle.
Yes. So like how Victoria said, I go to work on foot.
Oh, great.
Excellent. Another thing about go. So we go to a place is the direction towards. And if we talk about how we get there, this is when we can use by. So I go to a place by something.
Yeah.
And how do I go to work? At the moment, I don't go anywhere. I walk to my living room. Um, but, but usually, I go to work by train or by bus.
Hmm. Do you live far from work, Jadene?
Well, actually, I moved one day before the quarantine. So,
Oh, wow.
so yes, so now I live further away. So I live more far. I live
Hmm.
further
Yeah.
away from work, but I have not had to travel to work. So
Okay,
I'm not
right.
sure.
So, in case you guys don't know, far is when something is very distant from
Yeah.
you. So, Jadene lives far from work. Okay. Mm. So, Rosa, I go to work by car, metro, train, bus, food. So,
So
um, Oh, on foot. Maybe you meant on foot. So do you use different ways, different types of transport? Is that
Things.
what you mean?
But don't forget, Rosa, if we're talking generally,
Mm-hmm.
so we go to work by car, by metro, oh no. Ah, okay, never
What is
mind, it's perfect. No, I think it's plural, but if I say I use something, then we use
it? Okay.
plural. If I
Mm-hmm.
say buy, we don't need this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, Gabriele, this is perfect. You can say I go to work by train or I go
Change
by
a little
train
bit.
to work. It's okay. And Victoria, I live near my work, therefore, I go to work on foot. Perfect.
Cool.
Okay. So now we are going to look at the third person. So the third person is he, she, or it.
Hmm.
And what do you notice, everybody, is different between the third person, so he or she goes to work by, and the first person, I go to work by. What changes? And Walter, I go to the supermarket on foot. Okay, excellent.
Me too.
Yes, and me. It's nice. Now I go to the supermarket. Actually, not that often. I'm a bit scared now.
Me too. I go only on Saturdays or Sundays, like once a week.
Okay, this is a very good question.
Hmm.
So yes, so metro can be underground.
Hmm.
In the UK, we say underground. In America, they say subway, but it
Yeah.
means the same thing.
Yeah. It's an interesting like word because it keeps changing according to countries. Like in Malaysia,
Yeah.
they had another thing. I don't want to confuse the students right now, but I had like completely different thing I heard in Malaysia.
Oh, really? But
Yeah.
I think metro is quite standard. I think
Yeah.
metro can be understood everywhere.
Yeah.
The tube, ooh, the tube is specifically the London Underground.
Hmm.
I don't think I've ever heard it
Hmm.
for a different underground. And I would never say in Milan or the Milano tube because it's not, I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't
Um,
thought about
no, but you can say whichever you like. Probably metro is the most easily understood.
that. Yeah.
So Gabriele, she goes to work by train. Excellent. Also Chiara, she goes to work on foot.
Mm-hmm.
Aurelio, I live in Venice and I always go by bus or tram. Excellent. So Chiara and Gabriele have both used the third person, but what is different between the first person and the third person? What has changed?
Yeah.
Um, Anika?
So, yeah. So, should I give the answer to you guys? So,
Maybe.
so the difference is the S. So when you have third person singular, you change the verb to plural form. So I go to work, but he or she goes to work. So Victoria, great, he goes to work by car. So I could say
Yes.
Jadene goes to work by train. Did you say train?
Yeah, I said train. I said train.
So she goes.
Exactly. Exactly. So nothing else has to change. Obviously, the subject, but the verb go is what we change. Okay, and that's for any verb. So
Mm-hmm.
if instead of saying go, you can say to take the train. I can say, I take the train. Anika takes the train. So for every verb.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, so Anika, maybe just for this bit, you guys can answer as well, but we can just talk. I can be the
Yeah.
first person, and you can be the third person.
Okay, great.
So, for example, I go by motorbike, and then you
Um,
say,
so I go by she goes by motorbike.
exactly. And
All
it's
right.
good practice. Okay, so I go by car.
She goes by car.
Exactly. And you guys can answer as well if you want to, but I think you
Yeah.
are comfortable with the vocabulary. So I go by bicycle.
She goes by bicycle.
And what can we say as well instead of bike? Oh, damn it.
Um,
We can say
okay.
bike.
Yeah. So another verb that I can think of about bikes and motorbikes is the verb ride. Like I
Ah,
ride a
yeah.
bicycle. Yeah. So anything that you have to like straddle on, like you sit with your legs on either
Yeah,
side, like horse, motorbikes, bicycles, you ride them. So
it's
you,
true.
yeah. So I'm gonna
But
write
we
the
also, but
hmm?
what about the train? Because also, would you say I ride the train or I take the train?
Oh yeah, you're right. You take a train ride. In
Yeah,
that
but
case, also
maybe,
you can say,
but no, but I think you're right. Maybe the verb we would use is take. So for a
hmm,
bus or for a train, we
hmm,
can say go by or we can say I take. If we talk about a bicycle or
hmm,
a motorbike or a horse, the verb can be I ride. And if we talk about a car,
hmm.
what would we use?
We drive a car. I guess.
I think so. I think so. So
Yeah. I
we
mean,
take.
hmm. Maybe take is used for a destination. Like I take a train to work and I ride the bicycle to work.
Yeah, yeah. That's fine.
Okay. Kiara says I'm again the only kid. That's
Oh,
because you're very smart, Kiara.
you are. You are. You don't seem like a kid.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay. So we can continue talking about the other vehicles, perhaps.
Sure,
Oh,
sure.
great.
And Victoria has a question.
Okay, so Victoria says she mm, she rides bicycle. Yes, that's correct. You could say she rides a bicycle to work. Yeah, and you
Yes,
can use
yes, but
ride.
something is missing, I think.
Oh, right, the spelling. Be careful of the spelling of bicycle. It's Bicycle.
Yes, but also she
Ah,
rides.
uh, you mean if it's general, she rides bicycles, or
Yeah,
if
if
it's
it's
her own, then she rides her bicycle.
nah, or a bicycle.
A
I think
bicycle.
it's yeah. I think it depends on if you're talking generally or
Yeah, it really depends what you mean. She rides bicycles or a bicycle.
okay. She says yeah, a or the. Again, it's different. If
Mm,
you're talking about one specific bicycle, we both know the same bicycle. You can say the okay specific. Then she rides the bicycle, and I say,
yeah,
oh yes, I know the red bicycle. Or if you just tell me she rides a bicycle, I don't know which bicycle.
yeah, cool.
I take the bus to go to work. Okay,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we'll. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
we're
true.
killing it.
Yeah, yeah. I like it. It's nice. It's been a nice group.
Yeah,
Okay. So, and this one, I think we know. So I go by foot. She goes to work by foot.
by foot. Yeah,
Or we can say on foot. This is
on
the, I
foot.
think,
Yeah,
exception. You can say on foot or by foot. And here I go by bus. He or she
mhm.
goes by
By
bus.
yeah.
Okay, so here are some places
Hmm.
that we go to. Anika, would you like to read them?
Sure. So we have supermarket, park, city center.
Okay.
So if you
Oh,
guys know the answers, please write them down. So you can write A and the what you think is correct. So Gabriela says, I ride the bike to go to park. Very cool. I ride the bike to go to park. Or I go to park by bike. There are
yes,
lots
but
of
I
ways to
think
say it, isn't it? So yeah,
yes, but I think we
ride the
also
bike.
need the article though. For park, I think we need the article. Whereas
To
for
go to the park. Yeah, go to the
yeah,
park. Hmm,
I think it has to be.
sure. Oh, we have answers already. Victoria says A is park.
Yay.
Kiara says park. Good job. So Victoria, supermarket.
Excellent. So park,
Great.
supermarket, city center. I think we are all only seeing one of these, which is B. Um, and Claudio, be careful. It's not center city. You are not allowed to change the order. It's the city center.
Yes. City center. Or some people can say like downtown. Like sometimes I use
Yeah,
downtown. Like I go downtown, things like that.
yeah, that's cool. So I was thinking maybe exactly. Maybe for this part, Anika, we could just make the sounds and talk about it.
Cool. Yeah. So we're basically differentiating the sounds s and k,
Mm,
right? So it's one of these categories. So the word
exactly. So this one is s, and
hmm,
this one is k, which I'm sure you
yeah.
know.
So basically, there's different sounds of the letter C.
Exactly.
Yeah. So maybe we could do one by one, like to
Yeah,
experience.
I think that's nice. So the first one we have is rice, rice, and the letter C, as you can hear. Oh,
Hmm.
exactly, Kiara, perfect. So, oh
Nice.
yeah, you guys are doing it anyway. I love this group. I love
Yeah,
it.
you guys are on fire.
Exactly. So rice, and then the second one, school. What sound does the C make exactly? Well, to like a k sound, school.
Yeah,
Okay,
school.
Anika,
Hmm.
do you want to?
Yeah. So the next word is juice. So we have a sound.
Fantastic.
Great. A lot of people got this already. It's cool. Sorry, juice.
Yeah.
You guys are really fast. I cannot keep
That's
up.
so great. No, it's the fastest group I've ever had. Okay.
Yeah.
And the
Okay, I'll
next
go with
one,
the next one.
which is
It's
the fast one.
bicycle. Again, bicycle.
And
Okay, so you
yeah,
go with
this
the
is a yeah, but this is a great word, bicycle, to
next.
practice both because the first C is S and the second one is K. So bicycle.
I haven't
Um
thought
and
about that.
then
Mhm.
good. Okay, and then we have Christmas. So Victoria has put, but if you listen, it's Christmas. So looking at the C, it makes
Hmm.
a K sound, Christmas. And then, did anyone do card?
Yes, we have Kiara.
It's Kiara, exactly. So again, K,
Hmm.
card. And
Good,
this is
good.
like something you get at Christmas or birthday that you can open and write inside. And then Anika?
So we have the next word is center. Yeah. So we're noticing the pronunciation of C here, center. And then the next word is city. City center. Both S sounds.
Exactly. It's a very soft city center. And
then we have cake. So we have some answers about cake already. Well done, you guys. So we have K sound. And then, of course, we have car. Yeah, so great job, you guys, with the K sound. Then we have stomach. Yeah, very good, Victoria. Stomach with the K sound. Not a S sound, not a Ch sound, but K. Stomach. Finally, face. Very good, Victoria. Very good, everybody. Face.
Yeah, so it's really stuff. Exactly. Okay, so well done, guys. Really good, because English is really a difficult language because we have so many different ways to pronounce the same letter. So we have 3 minutes left, and we've already discussed this, I think. So you guys can answer quickly if you remember, but otherwise me and Anika are going to go through it quickly.
Okay.
So how do you go is the mode. How are you able to go by bicycle? So we discussed it earlier. So what do we do with the bicycle?
Oh, that's so sweet, Chiara.
I like it too. Yes, I wish that you were not in Naples. You should come to the school in Milan.
Yeah. So, bicycle. Anybody remembers? So, do you think we should give the answers?
Well, they are answering.
Oh,
So, Claudio, everyone, exactly. So, we drive the car. Perfect. We ride the bicycle. We drive the car. And Claudio has said we drive the motorbike. Interesting. Interesting. I ride the bicycle. What about the train and the bus?
So train and the bus. I would go with take the train.
I would as well.
Yeah.
So I take the bus. I take the train. Exactly, Gabriele. I fly the aeroplane, or I travel by aeroplane. Because if I say I fly the aeroplane, I am driving it. Exactly, I am the pilot. Otherwise, I travel by aeroplane. Okay. And this one then, okay, so motorbike, we ride it like a bicycle. So no, this is two people that said drive a motorbike. No.
Ride.
Okay, good. We ride. There is an engine, but we still say we ride.
Yeah. I would say ride for anything that you have to straddle, like you sit with your legs on either side, like horses, bicycle, motorbikes.
Yeah, exactly. So if you guys have any questions, write them now. And I'm quickly going to do a summary. So today we looked at different types of transport. We also we also spoke about bikes, mopeds, and trams, and different words for the underground trains. We also talked about the verb go, and remember, we go to a place, to a destination, and we go by a transport. Okay, so for example, I go to work by bicycle. And we talked about the third person. So the verb go changes and becomes goes. And finally, we looked at the different pronunciations of the letter C. And different verbs we can use when we talk about the different modes of transport. Anika, is there anything you want to add?
I think you said it all. I think it was a great summary. Um,
Thank
so one thing I would like to warn students about is the S's. So many students, even in high levels, they forget the S
Oh
with the
yeah.
third person singular. So always be careful, guys.
So third person singular, or if you talk about something generally.
Yes. So for example, I like cars. In general, I like cars. Not
Yeah.
just one car. Yeah. So, all right, have a good evening, Victoria.
Okay, bye guys. Thank you for being such a great group. It was really, really nice.
It was great. Bye, Chiara. Forza Napoli.
Bye bye.
Bye, Walter.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.